Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the prop firm journey. This is day 18 of this prop firm journey to getting funded 100k in capital. Today, we're up 1% on the account, as you can see right here. This is Trade Locker. This is the 100k phase 1 challenge. Overall on the account, we're up 2% right now. We're back into profits. Equity is at an all-time high, just by a little bit, but we're back into profits finally after being in drawdown. We started off rough, but now we're slowly pushing up into profits. And here's our trade today on NASDAQ. Markets delivered very well today, very precise. As you can see, my daily target was hit right here. And on US30, my daily target was also hit. But on US30, I did not have my entry. I did have this risky entry here off this 4-hour gap, but this was a very wide gap, so I did not take that. I was waiting for it to get filled down here. So I was looking at NASDAQ, and I had a better setup on NASDAQ rather than taking something risky over here, even though it did play out very nice. But I did not want to put myself in the position to take such a risky setup over here. But it is nice to see price deliver exactly to my levels. Just look at this 4-hour gap right here. Filled in perfectly, and price reacted right off of it. This was a gap that was a little bit to the left here, right here. Look at how perfectly that gap was filled. Price today just delivered so well, and knowing this, I'm gonna continue the rest of this week, knowing that today showed that the rest of the week could also deliver price well like this, reaching my targets nicely. But here's my trade on NASDAQ I took today. I got a very bad entry due to having bad connection issues. I was at the pool and my Wi-Fi was not the best, so once price tapped into this 1-hour gap here, I hit sell, but I did not get filled until price reacted down here. So my entry was very bad here. Not gonna lie, my entry was horrible. So I decided to close 80% at a 1-to-1 RR because I didn't like how bad my entry was, and I didn't want to move stops to break even because it would be so far away from this 1-hour imbalance. So I just secured something for the day and left a little bit of a runner to 1-to-2, which I believe it got hit for, let's see. Yeah, it was a little bit below 1-to-2, so this trade would have been something like this, maybe 1-to-1.5. But yeah, that's today's trade. Pretty much 1W on the day, up 1%. It wasn't the best trade management because we closed 80% at 1-to-1, but that was to secure something on the day because of this horrible entry that price filled me at. But this is something to learn from. Trading with bad connection is never fun. Using a limit order during that time could be something better. Having price fill me exactly where I need it to, rather than having it fill me very late and then I can't move stops to break even because it's too far away from the gap is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, pretty much I'm gonna be breaking down this trade, why I took it, why I like the setup, and why this daily target also got hit on both US30 and NASDAQ. I'm gonna break that down at the end, but to start, the bias was bearish due to the previous daily candle The previous 2 daily candles closed bearish, but all I really need is 1 daily candle closing bearish to help me determine my buys. But having 2 bearish daily candles just gave me double confirmation that we're going to continue down and fill this daily fair value gap, which is my main target. We did also have a daily fair value gap up here, but due to these 2 bearish daily candles, I was expecting price to come down here and fill this daily gap, which price delivered perfectly. Today, price delivered very well. Even on US30 as well, hit our daily target, 4-hour target, and reacted perfectly off of it. So this is something I'm gonna note for the rest of the week, that price could be delivering very nice this week, right to my targets. So maybe leaving runners this week could be good for tomorrow, for Wednesday. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. But also, I took this trade at 9:30 a.m., which is my high probability trading window, which is the NYSE Open, New York Stock Exchange Open. As you can see here in my trading plan, my high probability time is 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my high probability time. It's when I found my best setups, and volume at that time is very high. So most of the time when you get in, price will either stop you out very fast or it will run to your TP very fast, which I am a huge fan of, because I do not like waiting for trades to play out. I just want to get in and out and secure my profits and call it a day. Like if I'm right, I want to be right pretty fast, and if I'm wrong, I want to be stopped out pretty fast. I don't want to wait all day for my stop to get hit. That's no fun. That is why I love this 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. trading window, because of how high volume is for these indices that I trade. I only trade US30 and NASDAQ, and only during this specific time. So number 3, I got a little bit off topic there, but number 3 entry confirmation was this 1-hour imbalance getting filled right here, which this imbalance is basically just a fair value gap, but the 3rd candle of the pattern is still active. So pretty much let me grab this arrow here. Pretty much at around like 9:29 a.m. this candle right here, this 1-hour candle, was active and moving. Price opened up around here, and price was trading here at like 9 to 9:29 a.m. just wicking around this zone, wicking around. This gap was still here, this 1-hour imbalance, and at 9:30 a.m., which is my high probability time, price shot up, filled this 1-hour imbalance. That's when I tried to enter, but price reached into this 1-hour gap. I hit sell, but price filled me right here due to my connection not being the best. I was at the pool, and I guess my order just did not go through, and I got filled very late, which I'm not happy about, but it's something to keep in mind for next time. Keep in mind for the future when trading with bad connection. It is never a good idea to trade with bad connection, because like if I couldn't place my stop or something, which it did let me place my stop, that was no issue, but if price aggressively shot up, that would not be fun at all. But pretty much I entered right here, got filled right here. Ideally I wanted to be filled at this 1-hour imbalance, but we got in pretty late, so we held some pretty strong drawdown here, almost coming to my 30-point stop. That's the stop loss I used here on NASDAQ, 30 points. And on US30, I like a 50-point stop loss. I've been using the fixed stop losses, and I have been liking those a lot. Those numbers, 30 on NASDAQ and 50 on US30. Targeting a 1 to 2 most of the time, but pretty much price tapped into this 1 hour gap, got in, held some big drawdown, and then price pushed down to 1-to-1, which then I closed 80% of my position due to my entry being so late. I just wanted to secure something because I do not like when I don't have my ideal entries, and I could have moved my stops to break even, but I did not want to due to my stop. My stop would have been so far away from this 1 hour imbalance, which would be pretty high probability for it to get smacked into before continuing down. So I wanted to secure something on the day, so I closed 80% on my 1-to-1 due to my late entry, and I let my runner run a little bit until I closed it when my net balance was at 1% profit for the day, and I just called it a day at that, not trying to push nothing. And that was a good call because that runner would have gone stop break even, and as you can see, we had this big wick to stop people out, to stop out retail, to grab liquidity here and fill this 1 hour gap. And also, here's another example of how nice price delivered today. As you can see, when price filled this 1 hour gap, it reacted so nicely. Look at this move we got. I did not look to add any positions or anything today. I just took my one win and called it a day. I took my money and ran away. But yeah, look at this price delivery today. I mean, so clean. Price tapped into this 1 hour gap, reacted off of it. And yeah, so what I said before was I'm going to show my daily targets or my longer term targets getting hit today, 2 for 2 on US30 and NASDAQ, which was pretty much this daily gap on both US30 and NASDAQ. So pretty much why I expected these gaps to get hit on the higher time frame was due to it simply being a fair value gap and my bias being bullish. So previous daily candle on US30 closed bullish. I saw this daily fair value gap, so I made that my target, and price delivered to it very nice today. Reached up even higher for this 4 hour gap to fill it before reacting off of it perfectly. And yeah, on NASDAQ, previous daily candle closed bearish. I also saw this daily fair value gap being bearish, or not bearish. I saw this daily fair value gap down here, so I called it my target, and price delivered to it very nice. It is unfortunate that we couldn't position ourselves better to catch this entire move. Let's see this move. Very nice move, about like 200 points, very clean. But we did catch a little bit of the move, which is all that matters, and we secured our profits for the day. But pretty much on the account, we are up 2%, pushing this account slowly. We're going to stay disciplined the rest of the week, only taking good setups, following our daily bias. But yeah, that's pretty much the trade breakdown on NASDAQ. Late entry here, not the best, but we secured our profits and called it a day. But that's day 18 of the prop firm journey. Clean day, clean day. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow if we take any trades. We'll be back the rest of the week with more videos. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.